Hey everybody, this is Melina from ScrapBookingWithMe.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram and over on Facebook at Me Crafty Scrapper Creates. And today I wanted to show you an easy way that I make a tag box to store tags upright so that you can see them and get to them and know what you've got. I have bunches and bunches and bunches of tags. And let's face it, that is one of the main things that we make for our journals and, you know, to put on scrapbook pages and even card fronts. Tags are like the universal ephemera piece that everybody wants to make more of and wants new ways of how to use them and how to make them. So I have this huge bucket that's got all kinds of handmade ephemera, especially ephemera that we've made with the M Scrap Busters, and that big bucket is full to overflowing. I need a box that I can just put my tags in and have them stored, you know, like this, so that I can see them just in that box. I have a big floor-to-ceiling shelf, like shelving unit over to my right, and I love to be able to put this box on that shelf and I can just see at a glance what tags that I've already got in my stash. So we're going to make one, and it is super simple. It's got just a couple of cuts on it, and if you make it out of sturdy enough cardstock as your base, you don't have to do too much more to it. I've got one sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock here. Here are most of my tags that I have pre-made already, and journaling cards. So I have a few just journaling cards in here, you know, that don't have the tag topper on them, and those will fit in there as well, just as easily. Most all of my tags are about 3 inches wide. If you make your tags commonly more wide than that, then you will probably need to figure out what kind of width you need your box at, like wider than what I'm making. My box is going to be 4 inches wide, so that'll be plenty of room to house the tags that I've already got made, and have room to grow if I want to make some that are, you know, 3.5 inches wide if I want to. So what we're going to do first, you'll need a scoring tool of some kind. It doesn't matter if you have Score Pal, you don't have to have the same thing that I have. If you just score it with your trimmer, you can do that too. I do that quite often. If you have a stylus or a bone folder, you can make the score line here instead of even having a scoring tool per se. Alright, so 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock, and mine is pretty heavy. It's probably a, I don't know weight on these. I've never been too good at all of that. People ask me, you know, what's the weight on that? I would say that this is more than 40 pound. I would say maybe about a 50 or 60, I'm not sure, but it's more than 40. I know that much. I know our vellum that we carry in the shop is 40, and it is thicker than that. So if you have a piece of cardstock that is lighter than this, you might want to double it up. So just get you 2 sheets of cardstock and adhere them together, just sandwich them together, and then do the next steps that I'm doing with you. You will need to cut off 2 inches off of one side. So we're going to make it a 10 by 12 inch sheet of cardstock. So 2 inches, and keep that nearby. So on the 12 inch side, you're going to score at 3 inches and 9 inches. Okay, and you're making sure that you have 6 inches from score line to score line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 inches. So on the 12 inch side, 3 inches score and a 9 inches score. And then you're going to quarter turn it to the 10 inch side, and then you're going to score this side at 3 inches and 7 inches. So 3 and 9, and then 3 and 7. Okay. So then you're going to see right in the middle, you've got this little 4-inch wide by 6-inch long box in the middle of your scored cardstock. Okay. There are no hand cut tabs, no triangle cuts that you have to do on this, none of that. What we're going to do is cut off, completely cut off these 4 corner boxes. So all 4 of these corner boxes, go ahead and cut them off. And if you need the help of the fold, you can go ahead and fold it if you want to. If you're not seeing the line good enough, you can go ahead and fold it back so that you can, you know, cut along that line straight. But it's pretty easy just cutting it like this, and just go all the way to that corner and then cut off the box. I have seen many box tutorials where, you know, you miter this edge, or you cut off and you have to hand cut a tab, or you leave it on and you have to fold it a certain way and then cut triangles into it and all this stuff. And I was like, no. Let's just make it as simple as possible. Let's get a plus sign or an X going, and then we can figure out how to sure up those sides. And I know anybody else that's watched a box tutorial right now is looking at this and going, hey, wait a minute, you're not going to have you're not going to have a sturdy box. Oh, yes, we will. I promise. Okay, so then you have these, we're setting that aside for just a minute, because then you have these 4 little blocks, and they should be 3 inches by 3 inches, so 3 by 3s. And you're going to fold them in half. If you want to, put them back on your score tool and score them down the middle. I'll get my bone folder, but I'm just folding them in half. Easy peasy. Okay, there's 2, and I've got a textured side and a smooth side to my cardstock. You use whatever you want to. This is just some old Stamp It Up cardstock that I had in my stash that I decided needed to be used up. So there's that. Done. Okay, those 4 corners, that's going to be the corners of our box, are all done. All folded in half and ready. So now fold up whatever side, if you've got a textured side or whatever, a decorative side on one of them that you want showing, fold it up whichever way. So now you have what looks like it could be, it has great potential to be a box, right? It's going to be, I promise. So now what you're going to do is you're going to put adhesive all over these corner pieces. So I am using, because I'm going to actually decorate around on the outside of this box afterward to give it even more sturdiness. So I'm using just some double-sided tape. This is my Scotch Advanced Tape Glider. And if you are interested in getting your own, I love this thing. I loved this whenever I was doing traditional scrapbooks too. That's why I got it. Still love it. But if you want to use liquid glue, go for it. I would advise against it though. Just because I know how messy I am with liquid glue. Double-sided tape, score tape, anything like that. That red line tape something like that's going to be a lot easier for you. Okay, so what you want to do now is you've got all of that tape on the other side of your corners, and you want to turn your box on its side and meet two corners or two sides so that your corner can adhere them together. And all I'm going to do is kind of meet them loosely and get that lined up, and see, it should line up the exact same height and everything as your side. Push it down on both sides. That's the easy way of doing this. I'm telling y'all, those hand cutting your own tabs and all that stuff is for the birds, in my opinion. Trying to get those tabs lined up and then chomp off a little corner of it to triangle it so it'll miter in there correctly, and it's just not for me. It's not for me. And plus this, keeping the entire corner, you get a more steady and sturdy box also. Alright, so I've done that corner. I'm going to go to this corner just so that on the diagonal we have everything lining up correctly. I'm going to move that tape down in there so I don't have any tape sticking out, and just kind of barely press in a little bit on this top one first is usually the way to go, and then when you get everything else lined up, it'll go on there easily and smoothly. Okay, get that up just a little bit, and then press in that side. Look at there, beautiful. And then just kind of smoosh it down. And see, this is where if I was using liquid glue, I'd run into some trouble because it would be squishing out everywhere. It'd be squishing out inside my box. I just don't need that. I don't need that kind of trauma in my life. So I just do it like this. Bless you to whoever just sneezed in my house. I heard it. Okay, now let's do one of the other corners. Just kind of line it up, and with my double-sided tape I have a little bit of forgiveness before it gets adhered down all the way, so I'm good with that too. Ooh, look at that one, that turned out good. Good. Alright, one more, and then I will give you finished dimensions of it, and we'll decorate, and then we can put in some of our tags. See, if you use a pretty enough cardstock, you don't have to put anything down in the inside of it. I love this color cardstock. It's like a minty, kind of like a Caribbean blue. Almost aqua, but it's got more mint in it than just aqua. Alright, and then let's get that corner kind of adhered, and then bring that one in. Good. Oh, I love it. Look at it, y'all. Easy peasy. This one needs to come over just a little bit before I start smooshing down. Okay, so we got pretty good corners going on here. If you see one side, see, mine's coming off pretty easy, and I can smooth out that corner a little better if needed, and then go around and smoosh everything. Look at it, y'all. I love this little box. Okay, so it is 6 inches long by 4 inches wide, and then as far as tall, it is 3 inches tall. So 3 inches tall, 6 inches long, and then 4 inches wide. Don't y'all love it? I just love it. Okay, before I even decorate anything, look at all my tags in here. I'm going to put my taller ones to the back, just like we learned whenever we were a aide in the library. You put the big books and then go down to little books. Okay. There we go. Look at it. See, I love that, y'all. And at a glance, while it is sitting on my shelf, I know what I've got, and I can thumb through them very, very easily. I love this. Okay, I'm going to take everything. Going to take everything out. I just showed y'all that just so you could see it all lined up. And I will get them back in there in just a minute. But see, even with my steady cardstock, I got just a little bit more give in there than I would like. So I want to decorate around the sides of it just to stir it up, sure it up just a little bit more. And I've got this cardstock that was just in my stash, has been in there forever. It's from Cocoa Daisy, and it goes pretty good. I mean, it's like almost matchy-matchy with it. And it is 8.5 inches long. So what I'm going to do is cut this 3 inches so it'll go around really evenly, you know, around my edges. And we can get 2 out of that, making sure, yes, because this is 6 inches wide. And I'll cut off any excess that I don't need. So what I'm going to do is just glue and go around just like this, and then butt this one up to it and glue and go around, and I think I've got one more piece that I can do that with. Well, I must have used that other one that was like that, but I'm fine with finishing the end, the back in this. I kind of like this even more than that, and I don't have 2 of this one either, so we're just going to piece this box together. Of course, if you want to make yours vintage, go for it. But I'm just using what I've got and keeping my vintagey stuff to use whenever I make my journals and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to piece in the front here, and we can always cover this up, put a big die cut or something like that on there. But I'm thinking I want to use some of my alphas that I've got, my alpha stickers, and maybe put something here and then put TAGS on the front there. So yeah, I'm going to start, and let's do some score tape just so it'll stick very well and we won't have any problems with it coming off in the future, or acting like it wants to come off in the future anyway. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and take this back off here and start it in the middle. So I'm just kind of going in the middle of the 2 corners that I adhered on there. Just like that. And then I'll do the same thing on this one, and then we'll go all the way around, taping on. Y'all, I just had to think logically. I didn't want to get a container anywhere. I wanted to do this myself. I wanted to make my own. I have plenty of cardstock, so I just wanted to do it myself. And anybody else that is sane would just say, you know, I'm going to go to a Dollar Tree and get me a little box, a little 4x6 box that I can store my tags in. You know, that's people with sanity, though. I'm not there yet. I'm not that grown yet. So I just go, you know, it's got to be better if I just hand make it, right? Okay, so see, there is how it's going to be that way. And what I'll do is trim off these little, what is that, 1/4 inch maybe. I'll trim those off, and then I'll just put this 3 inches across the back like that. So it'll just be the, oh, wait a minute, since I like this better, what if this is my front? Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, so this is the back. You know, how many times have I changed my mind in this video already? I don't know. It's been a lot already. So I put that on with score tape, and I'm going to liquid glue underneath this here. Glue that down well. And then press that down and go all the way. You do whatever kind of adhesive you want, y'all. I'm so scatterbrained when it comes to adhesive. There's no rhyme or reason usually. I just use usually what's on hand. And then y'all know me with pockets. If I'm making a pocket, it's got to have score tape on the inside, usually. I want to thank y'all for the interest in that last journal I showed y'all that I made. It sold quickly on the website. Thank you, Miss Lydia Hoke. You are a sweetheart. I hope you thoroughly enjoy that winter journal I made, because I thoroughly enjoyed making it, and it was heartbreaking to sell it, but I've got so many. And I was telling someone in a comment the other day, she was asking about a different kind of video, and I told her, I said, I try my best to make those, but you know, the way I make a living as far as the money that I bring in is by making and selling journals. So I have to keep making journal videos, but every once in a while we need something else. Like today, I needed a tag box. Y'all, Bethany is doing so good with her driving. I've only had to catch my breath a couple of times on our way to college. I will soon cut off those apron strings and let her drive there alone, but it is an hour and 15-ish minute drive to college, so we're taking that one step at a time as far as her getting out and doing that alone. It's hard though, y'all that have already went through all that. Kudos to you, because that's heartbreaking seeing them drive out of that driveway without you. It's tough stuff, ain't it? Alright, glue all up under there. Somebody's going to comment and go, when you started to put that piece on there and you said that that was going to be the back and that you liked it a little better than this, I was going to get you. I'm glad I had the forethought to go, wait a minute, I like that better. Let's just make that the front and this is the sides and the back. Sounds good. Alright. Get this score tape on. I'm just going to do 3 strips down on this side. And then I'll put some score tape on the front there too, just to make sure everything sticks well. This is the cutest little box. Love it. I got to get that so it's really adhered to that before I start taking the backs off, because that tape will come up with it when you start to take the back off. Okay, and then, oops, see, just like that one. There we go. Stick down there, tape. Y'all, we always carry score tape in the shop at Scrapbooking with me. So if you're ever in need of score tape and you can't, for whatever reason, find somewhere that's got it, remember us, because we remember you when it comes to that, and we keep it in stock. It has, sales for it have waned over the years, but we still use it, so we still carry it. And we know plenty of other crafters that still use it too. It is a tried and true adhesive, that's for sure. Alright, now I'm going to cut me a piece that is 4 inches long, so 4 by 3 will be your front. And yeah, I want more of the blue than I want the orange. Let's use this side. Ooh, I like that. That's pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to just go ahead and put the score tape on the back of this. Like so. About, let's just go with 4 on this one. See, I told you, there's no rhyme or reason. I just, whatever I feel like at the moment, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, and really squish that down. And then pull up the backs. I've got someone helping with supper in the background, so y'all hear a little bit of rattling. That's why, and I'm not apologizing for that, because while I'm finishing my video, I'm getting help with supper, so sounds good to me. What about y'all? Okay, look at it, how pretty. I love that. Okay, and then that sturdied it up quite a bit. I have no worries that this box will come undone. And you know what I'm going to do? Just because I love it, I'm going to distress ink my corners and the top and all the way around. It doesn't matter to me that this is modern print. I'm going to go down the bottom. I just think that that gives it a little finished look, and even if you're not using vintagey papers and stuff, kind of helps it along. This is the walnut stain from Tim Holtz that I'm using, so it's a little dark, but it is one of my favorites as far as distressing goes. Alright, yep, that just finished it off like I wanted it. Love that. Okay, now let's think of something that we can put here on the front, and then we'll put those alpha stickers, and I think we're going to be good to go. We've got this piece here. I don't think we're going to need it. It would be cute if you wanted to like cut that in half and do something down through there, but I will leave that, put it in my scrap piles. And I think maybe I will cut a little triangle, not triangle, oh gracious, I'm tired y'all, rectangle of this out. So it's just the back side of that. And I'm going to use the lines that's already on this. Cut a little rectangle shape. I did say rectangle, right? We've been up early today. It was a college day, so I think I might need to go one more short. Let's see what that looks like. Let's get this one a little straighter. Of course, I could have put that on my trimmer, but I didn't want to. Yes, that looks good. And what I'm going to do also is do just the barely corner round. Oh, I love that. And let's go ahead and ink this too. And then I'm going to dirty it up just a little bit extra. That's so cute. Now let me get some alpha stickers. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Let's just put it on with some liquid glue. This is the Barely Arts liquid glue, and at the time of this video recording, we have just restocked our Barely Arts glue. So if you are needing liquid glue, be sure to go over to scrapbookingwithme.com and pick yours up, along with Sugar Bell bottle and the Sugar Bell caps. And then get a container of Noogers that's got your stainless steel pen in it, and you can have easy squeeze, no trouble at all squeezing that adhesive out. Okay, and figure out where center is on here and kind of get it straight. I mean, I'm not too worried if it's not perfectly straight. I think I need to come up just a little bit and to the left. What does that look like to y'all? Yep, looks good. Alright, and then I've got these black alpha stickers that have been in my stash forever. And they're big too, I like them. They even have like a little silhouette or a shadow kind of look to them. Pretty. Alright, there's my A and my G, and then my T and my S. And then you just want to do the G and the A to the left and right of center, since you got 4 letters. And then I like it that it's going to be kind of hanging off the box like that. And then maybe push them down just a touch, and we'd be ready to put all of our tags in there and start making more tags. See, that's even more exciting. Make more tags to put in our tag box that we just made. And these are so simple. You could make quite a few of them and have one for journaling cards. And oh, I know, you could put, if you've got them, the Project Life cards. My G's wanting to go away with me. If you've got those Project Life cards, you could make a box to hold your Project Life cards. See, I love organization too, so this is right down my alley, folks. I love this. And I love that, just like that. A little wonky, just like me. Tags. Alright. I'm so hungry though, that kind of looks like tacos to me, but it's not. It's not tacos, it's tags. And then there they are. Now look, I have got probably, let's see, there's our journaling cards in here too. So tags and journaling cards. There's probably 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, probably about 60 or 70 tags already in here, and plenty of room for more. Look, it's not even half. That's crazy good, y'all. So there it is. There's our project for the day. An easy DIY tag box from one sheet of cardstock. And, you know, you don't even really have to decorate it if you don't want to. But from one sheet of cardstock. And that was an easy tutorial. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Love ya. God bless. Bye, y'all.